What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And it is time for you to get loose. Time for you to stretch it out. Time for you to get warm. Yes, it's your wrestling warm-up episode number 2. Let me get my water out of there. How unprofessional of me. But yes, we are here to get you warmed up for all of tonight's wrestling action. We're going to do a full preview of SmackDown, which I already watched. So I'm going to try to stay away from the spoilers, of course. But we're going to do that. And we're also going to talk about a potentially scary situation of brewing in WWE Creative. We're going to get to that. But we're going to open with good old HB Shizzle. That's right. We're going to talk about Shawn Michaels. Yes, and his WrestleMania 32 friggin' roll. There's a lot of other frivolous little things out there that I did read. Nothing with a lot of clarity or substance. Like I was reading some stuff with Vince and Shane and potential Vince and Triple H stuff and all kinds of things like that. And as Fake Ass Twat already said in the chat, hello chat by the way, the WWE already broke the attendance record. It looks like over at WrestleMania 32 with 84,000, even though it might even be more than that at this point because those were last week's numbers. They should get well over 100K. It's pretty interesting. And even if they don't at this point, because they always bolster up the numbers and all the comps they're going to give away, they will report 100,000. No question in my mind. Big shout out to Jay Davis, Edgehead, Fake Ass Twat, all my good friends up in the chat. How y'all doing? Thanks for joining me on your wrestling warm-up. Let's get into it, though. Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 32. Lots of thought as to what is Shawn going to be doing. Obviously, the easy booking for Shawn, and that this, of course, is completely predicated on the fact that Roman Reigns is still going to be in the main event at WrestleMania, that he is still winning the title. The whole shebang is still on target. That Shawn would be the special guest referee for Triple H and friggin' Roman. Now, whether or not that is still going to happen, I think we're going to know a little bit more on Saturday. But because they're going to do the prototypical booking, and I know that at one point this was the plan to have Shawn be the special guest referee because it stacks the deck against Roman and it makes his win more important. And it crowns him as the undisputed god of wrestling. He is Cena, damn it. I mean, this is going to be the big one, right? Got to have the deck stacked against him. That has to happen. Lord knows no other way will possibly get this guy over. So that's the obvious booking and the one that they've talked about. But we don't know if Shawn at this point is still going to be doing that because we don't know if the main event is still intact. We don't know if the main event has changed. I'm under the thought process that something has changed. A few things has changed, and that main event is not going to be the exact same vanilla thing that we thought. Now, another logical thought process for Shawn Michaels would be, which I think is going to be very similar to last year's Sting versus Triple H match. I got a feeling the Undertaker-Shane McMahon match is going to turn into a spectacle. It's going to turn into a circus. I think if the WWE wanted to, they could virtually bring back every legendary group, including some ministry members, those of which are not dead, even though a lot of the ministry members are dead, or at least a few of them. There are so many factions that they can bring back for this event, and DX could easily be one of them. DX has ties to Shane McMahon, both positive and negative. There's always a possibility of that happening. I have a feeling that it's going to turn into a war. That's what Hell in a Cell is going to be. It's going to be a war of all these different factions fighting for, like, WWE likes to do things that are current, and the Civil War is going to be coming out right around that same time. So I could totally see the WWE having all these factions fighting for different sides and then going, it's just like Civil War, Michael. It's just better because it's here, Michael. I can tell me that you can't hear JBL say that fucking thing, right? I mean, Jesus. Michael, look at all these people. It's just like Civil War, Michael. It's like the Marvel Comics, Michael. Oh, and here's John Cena, Michael. It's Captain America himself, Michael. I can totally see that happening, and it kind of makes me sick. I got a sick pit in my stomach even saying that out loud. Oh, my God. So there's a possibility he could be used in that manner. I have a feeling that wherever he is, he won't be the only legend to be used in whatever segment he's in. It's going to be interesting. I have a feeling we're going to see him, Foley, a whole bunch of people in whatever spot they end up going with. The Rock is probably going to be involved if Shawn is going to be involved with the main event, if that's still on target. The fact is, right now we're having more questions about the wrestling than we have in a long time. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. I don't know what the right move is at this point. It seems to be like here's what I'd know. If it was my call, I'd sit Roman Reigns to after WrestleMania. And I know some people might be like, "Oh, you got to use him in some capacity." No, you don't. No, you don't. You can just say something about his nose having more issues than they thought it was going to have, and he's not going to be able to make it. So, no, you sit him out. You sit him out, and then you have him and Dean Ambrose battle over the title afterwards. I think it protects Roman. Yeah, and some people are going to take it as a sign, well, maybe he's never going to get over if they don't just throw him in the fire. No, I think that's stupid. I think that's stupid logic. You don't just throw him in there because they've built to this point. You have a chance to change things just a little bit. Just a little bit. So maybe this is the time to do that. You make a little bit of a change and you shake things up a little bit. Is there a worry by WWE bigwigs that this is going to take away from their star power? Potentially, but I don't think it's going to be that missed because of this rocket ship that is now up Dean Ambrose's ass. I mean, he is super hot right now, and with some of the other pieces that are coming into place, it's time to go with it. It's time to go with it. And if not now, then when? You can bring Roman back in another capacity bring him back the night after WrestleMania. Fuck. Or save him for a little bit longer down the line. But the point is, you don't need to bring him back at this point. But whatever role he does, it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate all these legends. Because we know there is a ton of legends that are going to be coming back at that time to help out in the different segments. So where is Shawn going to fit? And why did I focus in on Shawn? Because I like Shawn, and it was in all the news cycles, so there it is. That's Shawn Michaels. But here's the bigger story that I wanted to talk about. This is the one that kind of freaked me out a little bit. And it kind of goes hand in hand with another story that was told on, Meltzer kind of reported this. And this was also regurgitated by WrestlingInc.com. So take for what it's worth. But apparently there is some backstage maneuvering going on and some heat between Vince and Triple H over the possibility of Shane coming back to the company as an executive, which up to this point has not happened. There's really no indication that it's going to happen. But the thought process by people who know WWE so damn well and basically think Vince and everybody up there are just the most evil people in the world, that Vince would bring Shane in just to use Shane and Triple H against one another, which seems like just retardation to me. But is it beyond logic? Is it beyond reasoning? No, it's not, because corporations are corporations and business is business, and sometimes you use political maneuvers to strengthen your own position. So a guy like Kevin Dunn would absolutely love something like this. So it's going to be interesting to see what that happens with that. Now, I don't know if there's any real validity to that situation. However, here's what we do know. NXT is written by one guy. One guy writes NXT. That's it. And his name is Ryan Ward. He's the head writer, and he answers to Triple H. This is the thing that scares me. Ryan Ward is no longer writing for NXT. He wrote all the stories going into NXT TakeOver Dallas, but after that, he will no longer be writing because he has been promoted to go up to SmackDown. He will be writing for SmackDown. Now, it does not say that he is going to be the lead writer in SmackDown. That means he's going to be joining the jumble fuck of writers that already exist, which is a very big worry because this guy is basically the most talented writer in WWE. I don't like the idea of him going up there and getting lost in the sauce or whatever. My question, the only question I have about this entire situation is why now? Vince has literally gotten involved in NXT maybe 3 times, gone maybe 3 times since its inception. He does not go. He does not really mess with NXT. It is Hunter's baby. It's Triple H's thing. And it's been that way. And it's continued to stay that way. So I'm wondering, why mess with something that has worked so well up until this point? Now, one thought process is that Vince is trying to make a move here by taking away Triple H's guy and causing dissension. That's one thought. But that's a real nefarious way of thinking. Now, another way of looking at it is this is a way of rewarding Triple H for everything that he's done by acknowledging that his writer that is writing everything in NXT is doing everything better than anyone else on any other program WWE has. So promotion, bringing him up and having him write for SmackDown could be a way of giving Triple H more power. You have to figure this is Triple H's guy that has been answering to him, so they're kind of a package deal at this point, one would think. So maybe this is a way of giving SmackDown to Triple H in a way. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just trying to go logic-minded here, even though it does seem an unlike Vince move. But messing with NXT for the first time like this is an unlike Vince move. NXT is just starting to become profitable on the road for the first time. They're projected in the next 6 months to no longer be operating at a negative. So why mess with something that is coming into this wonderful, wonderful situation? I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But here's what I do know. Ryan Ward is an amazing writer, and hopefully he's not going to get lost in the shuffle down there on SmackDown. As far as I know, the writers over on SmackDown are still the same. It's Ranjin Singh is still the main writer over on SmackDown. As far as I know, I'm not 100% sure on that. Last time I checked, I'm looking at it right now just to make sure. Last time I checked, Ranjin Singh was still running things over there, and more than likely that's still the case, which sucks. You know, nobody wants that to be the case because it hasn't worked. Well, you know what? That's not fair. Maybe I'm being a little unfair here because SmackDown has been a lot better as of late. So it's very possible that he's had a big part to do with that. We also know that Michael P.S. Hayes always has a big part back there as well. So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where less is more in some instances. And when they're not going to 24 different writers, usually that's the way to be. So is this a turnover to where they're going to go and just start listening to one writer again? I have no idea. We'll see what they decide to do, but it is an interesting thing to think about. All right, let's go ahead and jump into SmackDown tonight. Let's get to your preview for SmackDown and what you have to look forward to. And then I'm going to get up out of here and take a nap. But I'm going to take some calls, of course, like I always do, because that's what I do for you guys. I love you people. So here's what we have to look forward to on SmackDown tonight. There are some tag matches. Can't lie. Because SmackDown wouldn't be SmackDown without tag matches. You definitely have a lot to look forward to from the AJ Styles and Chris Jericho angle. That takes a really nice turn tonight. There's a bunch of little intricacies with that I like that they did. So that's going to be a cool thing. The opening is fairly decent. I think that you guys are going to dig some of the things that they decide to do there. The questions are, is anything going to get answered going in to Roadblock? That's the question that I think most people are going to be asking themselves tonight. And we'll see what gets answered. I mean, this is kind of a fairly big deal now. Roadblock has become more than just a crap-ass little do-nothing house show. Now it's become something that people are looking to that could be the game changer of WrestleMania. Because of that, I think that we might all get disappointed, and we'll see what SmackDown's able to do leading into that this Saturday. I think another thing that's working against it is we had such an amazing NXT last night, even though it was only one match, that it's going to be kind of hard to top what we saw. But they're going to give it a shot, and they're going to do the best that they can. So, I mean, there you go. There's really not a lot to preview. It's hard to preview SmackDown after you already watched it because I'm like almost gave away like 55 things. So hopefully you guys will dig SmackDown, and you'll be right back here with me live after SmackDown to talk about everything that happened, review it, get your calls in, all that good stuff. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the phone call, 702-751-2902, and Skype David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. You guys can call in, get your voice heard, any questions, anything you want to talk about in the news world. If not, I'm going to get the hell up out of here, take a nap, as I ain't feeling very well. As you could probably tell, I kind of look like garbage. I don't feel very good. So I will be back re-energized and ready for SmackDown in just a few short hours. But make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Kill 310. Is SmackDown worth watching? Yeah, it's worth watching. It's not a bad SmackDown by any stretch of the imagination. Nor is it some amazing SmackDown either. It's definitely worth watching. I think that there are, at least for a few segments, there's some really, really good stuff. Entertaining things, storyline pushing things. There's a couple things that fall flat, but there's always going to be those. SmackDown's definitely worth watching. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Here's another thing. I know when I'm not feeling good because I a whole lot when I don't feel well. Mr. Kennedy. He is officially gone from TNA, and he kind of hits it on the head with a tweet. He was asked about if he was still with TNA. He says, "No, I'm no longer with the company. Fuck TNA." This is his actual tweet. Let me give you the official tweet. He was asked something about TNA, and then this is his response. "I don't work for TNA anymore, so I agree with you. Fuck TNA." That's what Mr. Kennedy Kenderson, Mr. Kenderson. That's what Mr. Kenderson had to say. Interesting. I'm kind of sad how that career fizzled out and went nowhere. Kill 310. I turned 21 today, Dave. Congratulations. Happy birthday to Kill 310. Longtime listener, likes to give me shit. Big happy birthday. 21's a big one. You're an adult now. Don't go commit crimes or you will be prosecuted now. And it is, 18 really. I mean, but still, 21. Now people are going to really look to you as an adult. So be an adult, be a good person, and don't piss off local fat guy YouTube hosts. Okay? It's not good. It's not good. Bray Wyatt did an interview. This is just kind of, I hate doing news like this because it's so stupid. Bray Wyatt did an interview where he talked about him not doing a match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, how now they have changed things to where he's taking on Brock here at Roadblock, and he's kind of like, what he says is, "I'm not super happy about it, but you don't know what I'm going to be doing at WrestleMania." And he's talking like he's going to beat Brock Lesnar, and that's going to propel him to something bigger. We'll see what happens. Let's take a call. Matt J., you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? No, I'm not. You're not live with me because my Skype just took a dump. I apologize for that. Matt J., give me a second. Get the Skype back up. You can call back in. If you talk about Kevin Owens, I'll probably punch you in the face. More than likely. Well, I mean, metaphorically punch you in the face. Because that's what I do. Matt, you can go ahead and call back in. My Skype is up now. And I will take your call. I feel like I have the bowels of hell running through me right now, Vince. I can't even explain the way that my insides feel. It feels like Kane, my brother, is giving me a colonic with a fiery, vengeful dick. I just feel awful right now. I'm going to take me a fucking nap. Davey needs nappy. Davey needs a nappy. Matt J, here we go. Matt J, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
How's it going, man?
Not well, but I'm doing.
I actually didn't. I mean, how good was that 2 out of 3 falls match last night?
Fantastic, man.
Absolutely incredible. I didn't get a chance to talk about it last night because I wasn't feeling well, but I was watching your show, so. And it was a great show last night. I really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, it was a good one, man. I was very impressed with it. I love the match. Like I said last night, it was about as close to artistry as wrestling gets.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not that much to say. I mean, you put it perfectly, and I'm going to give that match a 9 out of 10. Actually.
That's awesome. Well, you're breaking up on me. You're getting fucked by RoboCop.
How about now?
There you go.
And should I have high expectations for SmackDown tonight, or is it going to suck?
It's not bad. It's not a bad SmackDown. I mean, there is some good stuff. I think there's some things that you'll like in particular. We get a little bit more of a clear picture going into what is going to be happening with Kevin Owens. I do like how they handled that situation with him tonight. I think you guys are going to dig that. There's some also good stuff with Y2J. A few other things. A little disappointing by some of the people who were not there. I thought the main event is fairly solid too. I think you guys will like tonight's show. It's worth watching. I mean, if you're watching wrestling, if you got nothing, go watch this show. I mean, it's the go-home show for Roadblock, so make sure you watch it.
You'll have the prediction show Friday, right?
Yes, sir. The prediction show will be taking in the place of Friday Night Scares. So there will be no Friday Night Scares tomorrow. We will do a full prediction show for Cock Block tomorrow night. That'll be great. Also, Touch 'Em All will be here tomorrow as well. Me and Jeff Huffman and I, we will be doing Touch 'Em All tomorrow as well. Your weekly baseball show back for week 2. So that as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that prediction show. I have both predictions once again, and I'm just going to give one away right now.
No, you're not. No, I'm not allowing it.
Okay.
I'm banning you.
But you will be shaking your head at my predictions.
I'm sure I will, but I don't want to deal with that now. I'll just save it for Friday. All right?
I will save it for Friday.
All right. You got anything else for me?
Yeah. You said you do have 2K16, correct?
I do. I downloaded it all goddamn day today, and I finally have it. I got it.
Can't wait to watch you play that, and you better use Kevin Owens.
No, I only use one character, and that's Dave Danger. I don't use anybody else. I create the greatest wrestler in the history of the business, Dave Danger. You're all going to get taken to the danger zone. It's coming. Just be prepared.
You're going to make him 100 overall?
What's that?
You're going to make him 100 overall?
No, I don't need to do that. I'm going to, hopefully, I don't know what this game's created character is like, so we'll see.
Oh, it's really good. They got a lot of things in
there.
We'll
see. I'm going to check all that out. I'm going to play with it, and we're going to have fun. I'll be exploring that next week live, I'm sure, so that'll be great. SF Boy asked, what time is Touch 'Em All tomorrow? Probably same time as last week, I believe 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. So be prepared for that. 9 or 10 Eastern Standard Time, something like that. 8, 9, or 10 Eastern Standard Time. Don't worry, I'll set a link, okay? Anything else, Matt J?
No, sir. I will see you tonight for SmackDown.
All right, I'll see you right after SmackDown right here for your copious SmackDown review. Take it easy, Matt J.
Looking forward to it.
Matt J, everybody. Matt J. Matt J. So, yeah, so there you go, man. There's your wrestling warm-up. I am exhausted. I'm going to go take a nap before the wrestling starts And I hope you guys enjoy SmackDown tonight. If we have any more callers, I'll take them, of course, right now. If not, I will see you guys tonight after Smack Diggity Down, man. We got all kinds of good stuff that we'll have to talk about. I'm sure that you guys will hate fuck some things, and I'm sure there'll be a few things that you actually point to and liked. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. Should be fun. We got WWE 2K16. I officially have it. Holy shit. And that's a thank you to you guys, by the way, for being so supportive of the channel. It allows me to get that. So thank you very much. You guys are awesome as fuck. So thank you. For those of you on the West Coast, I see some West Coasters bitching about, I can't watch your live views because I live on the West Coast. Well, I apologize for that, but hey, I stay up all night to do this shit, so I do what I can. You know? Yeah, it's already 12:30 here in Germania, so I do what I can. So you guys want to complain? Trust me, I want to complain too. I need to live in America. I'd be taking over the podcasting world if that was the case. All right, well, that's all I got, folks. Hope you guys had a good time here. No, it's a little bit of a short one, but there wasn't a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Just a few little things. Shawn Michaels, the creative shakeup possibly going. And, of course, yes, the news that it appears, at least according to Meltzer, that WrestleMania has already sold 84,000 tickets, man. Sold 84,000. That's awesome, considering we're still a few weeks away, and we're going to have some more pushes going forward and some more things that are going to get people excited about buying tickets. I think now at 84,000 tickets, I think it's a foregone conclusion that they might actually legitimately get to 100,000 sold. Them selling 16 more thousand over the next 3 weeks doesn't sound that crazy to me, especially with some of the announcements that I'm sure are going to take place, especially after, and this could be a hurting thing too, depending on what they do at Roadblock. If Dean Ambrose wins that fucking title, man, if Dean Ambrose wins that title at Roadblock, they're going to sell 16,000 more tickets the next day because people are going to have no idea what's going on, and that's going to be exciting. But even if they don't, I guarantee you this, the WWE will announce that they went over 100,000 people in attendance, because probably that's accurate. There's going to be a whole bunch of comps for an event like this because of how many seats that are available. So pretty excited about that. I don't think anybody was expecting that with this type of build that we've had, where it's been kind of lackluster and Roman focused. I think people are a little surprised at this. I'm not. It's Jerry World. It's Dallas. You know, we're in Texas, and it's a hotbed for wrestling. So it's not a big surprise. And with all the Texans that'll be there, we'll see what happens. So should be good stuff. And congratulations to WWE for 84,000. Obviously, they're not as bad off as all the smart wrestling fans think. So thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. I think I stretched this as long as I could to see if I was going to get any more callers. I have not. So we will see you tonight directly after SmackDown. Be here or be square. Be squared. Yes, kids, that's right. Be here or be squared. We'll be live for your copious review, taking your calls, your questions, your concerns, your hope, your dreams. Hopefully, I'll feel a little bit better after I go lay down. Thank you guys very much. We will see you after SmackDown. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends like Too Tall, who'll be here at SmackDown, like Sal, who does all these amazing graphics, like Real Talk, who does my music. We got all kinds of good stuff and good people because they help where I have weaknesses. So they are my talented friends to make up for the weaknesses that I have where I don't have talent. I don't know why I explained it, but I did. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you a little bit later on. Keep it copious, bitches. Peace.